Hello and welcome to class. My name is Nora, and this is week 2 of our twisting and binding series. If you are a beginner in the yoga practice, I recommend that you go back and take week 1 of this class first. In that class, we really establish the foundations for safe twisting movements in the body. If you've done week 1, or if you are an intermediate or advanced practitioner in the yoga practice, let's get started. So we'll start the playlist together at the same time. So go ahead and pull up that Spotify playlist that's linked in the description below. And we'll start this playlist in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you've got that playlist started, find a comfortable seat on your mat. I recommend cross-legged to start today's practice. So let's meet there and take a moment to feel both of your sitting bones grounded on the earth. And roll your shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Close down the eyes. And without changing anything, begin to trace your breath as it travels in through the nostrils, down the back of the throat, filling the lungs. And trace that same path back out, up through the lungs, across the back of the throat, and down through the nostrils. And the phrase that's really been living in my head this week is the phrase dead brush. Dead brush. So we've had a lot of wildfires in California lately. And while wildfires can be devastating to an environment, if they're well controlled, they're actually really healthy for a forest. And that's because they burn away this dead brush. They make room for new growth. They make room for sunlight to reach the soil again. So we can think about fire as burning away that which is extraneous, that which is unnecessary. And we're all walking around with a little bit of dead brush, right? Old wounds that have scarred over, patterns of behavior or thought that no longer serve us. That all counts as extraneous, as no longer necessary to your functioning. So we're going to build up some heat today. We're going to make some internal fire. And hopefully by the end of this class, we burn away that which we don't need anymore. And we end up a little bit closer to our core, a little bit closer to our internal soul, that piece of ourselves that does not change. So with that in mind, let's start to build up some heat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Feel that fire already starting to burn internally as we're holding the breath in. Open the mouth and get empty. And again, breathe in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. One more deep breath in. We hold. Seal the lips. Exhale just through the nose. The breath goes in and out. Go in and out. And gently blink the eyes open, and we'll start with some gentle twists. Bring the back of your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Push the hand into the thigh. Turn the chest over to the left as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spiral the chest open to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, push and spiral open. Inhale. Spiral. Inhale. And spiral. This time we hold. And I want you to bring your attention to the back of your right shoulder. push this working shoulder back in space into the back body, maybe turning the chest open to the left a little bit more. And I want you to notice as you're pushing this working shoulder into the back body, you'll feel a little bit of retraction. The shoulder blade moves towards the center of the spine slightly. One more big breath in, find the length. Draw the navel back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand pushes into the left thigh. We spiral the chest open to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, push and spiral. Inhale, center. Push and spiral. And last time. Push and spiral. This time we hold. Push the back of that working shoulder into your back body. Inhaling to sit up tall. A little bit more pressure from the back of that shoulder, integrating into the rest of the shoulder girdle that's moving here and rotating on top of the navel and on top of the hips. Take another breath. Get empty, navel draws back, a little bit more pressure. This shoulder pushes into the back body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant the palms in front of you. Let's come to tabletop, stacking the shoulders over your wrists and the hips over the knees. Once you found that neat stack, inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, pull the heart forward, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, push the floor away and round. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, push back to cat. Inhale, cow pose. Heart surges forward, roll the shoulders back, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, push the floor away, round the spine. One more round. Let it go. Inhale, neutral spine. Let's tuck the toes and step back into plank pose. We'll find a really strong plank by lifting the heels up, picking the thighs up, lifting the belly up, and finally pick the head up. Grip the floor with your fingertips, squeezing the floor strongly. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up and back to our first downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out, lifting one heel and then the other, bending deeply into one knee and then the other. Gently come to stillness. Walk the feet in just 2 inches, just a little bit here. Bring the weight into your left palm. Right hand picks up, cross it to your left ankle underneath the body. Look up underneath the left shoulder, a little bit of a twist here. You're continuing to push through the left palm, sending the hips up and back. Navel in. Maybe pulling back on this right hand to turn the chest over to the left a little bit more. Final breath in. Exhale, right palm comes back down to the earth. Take a big breath in, lifting the sitting bones high, pushing down through the palms. Shift the weight to the right hand, left hand crosses to the right ankle. Bend the elbow just a little bit, pull back with the hand, turn the chest and look underneath the right armpit. Breathe in, feeling length through the spine. Exhale, drawing the navel in. Final breath in. Exhale, left palm comes down to the earth. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose, stacking your shoulders over the wrists. And then exhale, downward facing dog. The right hand picks up, crosses to the left ankle. Inhale, back to plank, both palms down. Exhale, lift the hips, left palm crosses to right ankle. Inhale, plank. Exhale, hips high, right hand crosses. Inhale, plank. Exhale, hips high, left hand crosses. Inhale, plank. Exhale, cross. Inhale, plank. And cross. 2 more. And cross. Last time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet, keeping the knees bent just a little bit. As you reach the back, inhale, halfway lift, stretch the heart out, roll the shoulders back and down. And fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach all the way up to the sky, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, try not to arch the back, feel all four sides of the waist equally long. Exhale, keep the length as you hinge from the hips and fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch your heart out. Exhale, walk the hands out to plank pose. Stack shoulders over wrists. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Option to drop the knees if you like. Point your toes, lift your kneecaps. Inhale, baby cobra, peel the chest up and back. Exhale, hover the hands next to the side bodies, and then squeeze your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feet are still pressing down. Take another big breath in. Think about lifting the chest forward more than up. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, lift your thighs. Inhale, push up, top of a plank. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your hips, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step, step, or spring to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stick with full breath through this next round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. This time we're only going to lower halfway. Again, you can drop the knees if you need a little bit more support here. Keep the hips and shoulders in one line as you bend the elbows back, hugging them into the side bodies. The elbows kiss the ribs. Inhale, broaden the heart into upward facing dog. Heart reaches forward, thighs lifting to the sky. Exhale, look to the navel, draw the navel up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe in and let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, step the right foot through between the palms. Keep lifting your back thigh up as high to the sky as it'll go, and with your inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And I like to bend this top elbow, bring the hand to the low back, and just notice, is this left hip slanting towards the floor? If it is, I'm going to lift that left hip up towards the sky so that the hips are square to the floor like headlights, like we talked about last week. And then draw the navel in, roll the right shoulder back, and let this twist come from the navel and higher, from the navel, the rib cage, the upper back, rather than from the hips twisting here. Take one more big breath in, push down through the bottom hand, reach up through your top fingertips. Exhale, right palm down, drop your back knee to the earth. Walk the hands back into half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Now, I like to tuck my back toes and sit the hips all the way back to the heel. This might not be accessible, so you might just come with the hips directly stacked over the knee. Wherever you are with the hips, pull the right toes back towards the shin, and almost as if you were trying to tug this right heel back in space on the mat, you're pulling the right hip crease back. Heart stays long, low back is long. We're taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. Using this as an opportunity to reconnect to that creation of inner fire. The breath creates that inner fire. So deepen and lengthen the breath. With your next inhale, walk back to the top of the mat. Pick up your back knee. Tuck those back toes if they aren't already. Step the left foot up to meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale right into chair pose. Hips go low. Reach the arms up. As you exhale, sit a little bit lower through your sitting bones. Breathe in, reach up, lengthening the spine, looking up. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, and we twist to the right, left elbow outside of the right knee for a prayer twist. Sitting bones draw back and down even more. Weight into the heels of the feet. Push down through the arms. Can you lift the left side of your body away from the tops of the thighs? If you want even more here, you can open the arms wide, left fingertips towards the floor, right fingertips towards the sky. We're here for 2 more breaths. With the inhale, feel the length through the spine. With the exhale, push your working shoulder, your left shoulder, into your back body to broaden across the front of your chest. Last big breath in. Get empty, navel to the spine. Inhale, reach up, chair pose, hips low, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back, plank, take the vinyasa, or choose to skip it. You decide what you need here. Inhale, broaden the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, look to the navel, draw the navel into the spine, hips rise to down dog. Breathe in, and let it go. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the left foot through between the palms. Push down, lift both of your hips up. Inhale, left arm opens to the sky. You can always take that hand to the low back. Notice, is your right hip falling towards the earth? Pick the right side of the hips up until it feels like a flat surface, like you could balance a tray across your low back. And then draw the navel back, roll the bottom shoulder, the right shoulder down onto the back body, and the left arm reaches up. And we're using that same trick with the shoulder that we used in the seated twist. You're pushing that shoulder forward into the back body. Take another 2 breaths. Final big breath in. Push down through the bottom hand to reach taller. Exhale, left palm to the earth. Drop the back knee down. Walk the hands back in space. Hips slide back. Front leg goes straight for half split Ardha Hanumanasana. Left toes flex, pull them back towards the shin. Left hip crease is drawing back. It's almost going to feel like you're trying to tug your left heel back in space on the mat, but it's not going to move at all. Lengthen the heart forward, lengthen out of your hips, spine is long. Reignite that internal fire, last breath in. Inhale, walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee up. We step to the top of the mat, right foot meets left. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, hips low, reach up. Sit a little bit deeper through the sitting bones. Take a breath in to draw the navel up, reach up through your chest, your armpits, your wrists, and your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. We twist to the left, right elbow outside the left knee. Look down, make sure the knees are in line, then drive the elbows down, look up underneath the left shoulder. You're rolling that right shoulder down the back body, pushing it into the back body to deepen the twist here. If you want more, open the arms wide. And then you're really using that right shoulder, pushing into the back body to leverage the heart open. 2 breaths. Final big breath. Get empty. Inhale, chair pose, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank, take a vinyasa, or remember, you can always skip it. If your arms are tired, you don't need it. Inhale, lift the heart forward and up into the back bend. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Side out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, stack shoulders over wrist, step the right foot through between the palms. Inhale, rise to a high lunge, slow and steady. As you land, put a bend in both knees, hips sinking down directly between the feet. Your back heel is elevated as high as it will go. Take a breath in to lift your belly, lift your armpits, your wrists, and your fingertips. Whole spine is lengthening up off the basin of the pelvis. Exhale, open twist. Right hand sweeps down to the floor and all the way to the back of the mat, spiraling the chest open to the right. Deepen the lunge in your front thigh, recommit to that lunge, and then the low belly is pulling back and into the spine to lift you off of that front thigh. Working shoulder is the right shoulder here. You're pushing that forward into your back body to turn the chest open just a little bit more. Final breath in, reach wide through your fingertips. Exhale takes us to warrior two. Left arm sweeps down, right arm up and over, back heel spins down to the floor. Push down through the pinky edge side of the back foot. Let the front knee drift forward against it. Hips are sinking down between the heels. We're going to maintain this pressure between the feet throughout the entire standing sequence that we do here. So keep this pressure. Open the arms wide, gaze out, breathe in. Soften your shoulders. Drop the back hand to the back thigh. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lengthen the side of the waist. Exhale, deepen the lunge in the front thigh. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the arms parallel to the floor. Slide your hips towards the back of the mat as you lean out over that front thigh. And as you get here, you might realize your stance is a little bit long. I like to take a shorter stance here, so I'm going to heel toe my back foot in just an inch or two. And then again, we're reaching out, lengthening both sides of the waist forward in space. Once you feel like you've found that length, bottom hand drops to the shin, a block, the floor, maybe even to the thigh. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Keep the pressure in the feet. Notice if you've forgotten that or lost it. Feet are pulling apart, tearing the mat apart. If you're feeling a lot of sensation in the back of the right leg, put a micro bend in that front thigh. And then squeeze the glutes. Groin is forward. So sometimes we hinge at the hips and we're kind of leaning the chest forward. The hips are falling back. You want chest and hips in the same line. So push that groin forward. Lean back through the upper body and you'll feel the spine lengthen out a little bit more. To aid in that lengthening of the spine, you might also consider bringing this bottom hand up just a little bit higher so both sides of the waist feel equally long here. This bottom side body isn't collapsing. Breathe in, left arm reaches up if it's not there already. Bottom shoulder is your working shoulder here. There's a slight twist here, so push the shoulder forward into the back of the chest and then turn the gaze up to the sky. Bottom rib cage is wrapping up towards the ceiling. Final breath in. Final breath out. Inhale, push the floor away, rise back to standing. Exhale, hands to the hips. Walk your back foot in as we square the hips to the front of the mat. Whew. We're moving towards pyramid pose, Parsovo Tanasana. So make sure that you're not on a tightrope. Feet are hip width apart. Back toes are turned in at 45 degrees. Hips are square to the front of the room like headlights. Take a breath in to lift your chest. Hug the shoulder blades together behind you. Maybe look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. The spine stays long as you hinge and fold forward. Now, as you get halfway down, you might realize, oh, my hips are off kilter. They're no longer square. Right hip crease wraps back. Left hip rolls forward. And if there's a lot of sensation in this front thigh and it's too much, bend your back knee just a little bit. That'll help keep the hips square. It'll also relieve some of that pressure in the back of the leg. If you have more room to work here, you might drop the forehead all the way down to the right leg. You might even walk the hands back in space to pull yourself deeper into the fold, keeping an eye on the pressure between the feet and the squareness of the hips. For 3 breaths. And let that sensation you're feeling in the back of the right leg contribute to the internal fire we're creating. Last breath in. Let it go. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Walk your hands out. Take a halfway lift. Step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Plant the palm. Step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Take a vinyasa or choose to skip it. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, stack shoulders over wrist, step the left foot through. Inhale, slow rise, high lunge. Bend both knees at the top, sinking the hips down between the feet. Inhale, elevate your back heel, elevate the chest, elevate your gaze. Exhale, left hand sweeps down and into the open twist to the left. Recommit to the lunge. We're still in a high lunge here, so let that front knee drift forward, hips sliding forward and down, opening up the front of this right hip. And then this is your working shoulder, left shoulder. You're pushing it forward into the back of the chest to turn yourself over to the left a little bit more. Maybe even the gaze searches for the left thumb. Every inhale lifts the navel up off of the thigh and into the spine, so you're growing tall. Every exhale, a little bit of squeeze as the ribs pull in, the navel draws in, and you spin to the left a little bit more. Final breath in. Exhale, find warrior two. Right arm circles down, left arm goes over the top as the back heel spins down, and we open to the right side of the mat. Find the pressure between the feet. We'll maintain that through this entire standing series. Gaze out. With the inhale, reverse warrior, flip your front palm. Stay here, deep in the front lunge. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, bring the arms parallel to the earth. Walk your back foot in, maybe 2 inches if you like a shorter stance here like me. And then hinge from the hips. The hips slide back as the heart reaches forward. Side body is getting long. Take one more breath here. Drop your bottom hand somewhere on the bottom leg, maybe the floor or a block, and the right arm reaches high. Find the pressure again in the feet, pinky edge side of the back foot pressing down, glutes squeezing, sending the hips towards the wall that you're facing, and then push that bottom shoulder into the back of the chest, rotating the heart and those bottom ribs up towards the sky. A little bit of a twist here. Take one more big breath in. Stay to get empty. Push the floor away. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the hips. Step the back foot in, square the hips to the top of the mat. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Square those hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Hug your elbows together. Lengthen the front body. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Chest stays long as it reaches over the front thigh. Maybe a little bend in that back knee. Make sure that the hips are still square here. Left hip rolls back. Right hip crease rolls forward. And then we bow all the way down over that front thigh. One side is going to feel different than the other, and that is okay. We are not symmetrical beings as much as we may look like it. Breathe for 3. Tear the mat apart between the feet. Maybe hands walk back in space to pull yourself deeper into the fold. Final breath here. Inhale, rebend the front knee, look forward. Step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat to a runner's lunge. Ground the palms, step the left foot back as well. Plank, vinyasa, or skip it. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to left tricep underneath you, holding for a brief moment in this twist. Take a breath in, push the floor away, doming the upper back. Exhale, spin your back heel down to the floor like you're going to do warrior two, and then kick this foot out to the left side of the mat, pinky edge side down. Inhale, lift the left arm high for fallen triangle. You're pushing down to lift the right hip up to the height of the right armpit. Take one more breath in, maybe looking up at that left thumb. Exhale, left palm down, hug that knee into the chest. Inhale, kick it up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the right foot through between the palms. Slow rise to your high lunge. Put a little bend in both knees. Inhale, straighten both legs, reaching up to the sky as tall as you can. Exhale, plant your palms on an imaginary wall in front of you. As you exhale, we'll bend the knees and paint the hands down the wall in front of us, sinking low. Inhale, push the floor away, both legs straighten, reach the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, bend, sink, and paint. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, bend, sink, and paint. We're going to add on from here. Inhale, rise, both legs straighten. Exhale, bend, sink, and paint, but we sweep the right arm back and peel the chest open into the open twist. Inhale, back up, arms rise, legs straighten. Exhale, bend, sink, paint, and open to the twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend, sink, paint, open to the twist, we hold. Breathe in, navel rising, chest lifting. Exhale, push the right shoulder forward into the back body. Final breath here. Exhale, warrior two. Left arm sweeps down, right arm circles open into Virabhadrasana two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to center, hands to the hips, straighten the front leg, step the back foot in for pyramid pose. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward. Keeping the hips square, left palm comes down to the earth inside of your right foot. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, lengthen the heart out over your front thigh. Hips are still square, you're tearing the mat apart between the feet. With the exhale, peel the right elbow up towards the sky, right shoulder back, and look to the right. If you're feeling good here and you're still able to wrap that right hip crease back, inhale, the right arm rises for revolved triangle. Parivrtta trikonasana. The working shoulder here is the left shoulder, so push it into the back body, turning the chest open to the right a little bit more. If you're feeling really good here, maybe that left hand moves to the outer edge of the right foot. Breathing for another 3. Lengthening the spine out of the hips with the inhale. Navel drawing in with the exhale. For 2. Maybe looking up at the right thumb. And then lean the chest back in space. You're not rounding here. The spine is long. Final breath. Exhale, bring the right palm down. Palms walk forward in space. Inhale, standing split. Left leg goes high as the crown of the head drops to the earth. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, bend your standing leg. Step the left toes to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg goes high. Inhale. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Again, cross underneath you. Kick the foot out for fallen triangle. Back heel spins down. Now, rather than lifting this left arm, we're going to keep both palms on the floor. We're going to stay in this twist. Bend the elbows back like you're doing chaturanga. Inhale, lower down halfway. Exhale, push the floor away and rise. We've got 2 more like that. Stick with me. Inhale, lower halfway. Maybe this right heel slides away from you. And exhale, push. 1 more. Inhale, lower. And push. From here, hug the right knee to the chest. Inhale, right leg high. 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot up. Left foot follows to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up. Tanasana, reach to the sky. Stay here. Draw the navel and squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift onto your toes. Heels rising up off the floor. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very slowly begin to bend the knees. Draw the hips back and down. Sitting down on the heels for a toe stand. Ooh, toe stand. I'm going to swing around here so you can see what I'm doing, but you're going to stay facing the top of your mat. With the hands at heart center, take a breath in. Lift the spine tall. Exhale, plant your hands next to the body on the right side, fingertips pointing away from you. These knees, the right knee is connecting to the back of the left tricep. Look forward, lean forward as you bend the elbows and hug them in towards each other. Maybe if you keep reaching that chin forward and looking out, those feet get light and you lift up into side crow here. Big breath in. Big breath out, navel in. Final breath. Exhale, set the feet back down, toes pointing towards the top of the mat. Heels stay lifted. Inhale, rise back up. Tadasana, reach to the sky. I'm going to turn and stay where you are. Exhale, fold forward, heels drop. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank, take a vinyasa or skip it. And maybe you just did that and you were like, what the fuck is side crow? I've never done this before. Watch week 1. We break it down in week 1. Come back and try it again week 2 next time. Let's get the other side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot through between the palms. Inhale, slow rise to a high lunge. Put a bend in both knees. Inhale, straighten both legs. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, plant your palms on the wall. Paint down the wall. Bend the knees and sink. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. Bend both knees, paint and sink. 1 more like this. Inhale, rise. Bend, paint, sink. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. This time we add the twist. Bend, paint, sink. Left arm sweeps back, peeling the chest open to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend, paint, and sink, peeling open to the left. Inhale, rise. Last time, bend, paint, sink, sweep, open, spiral the chest to the left. We're holding deep in the lunge in the front thigh. Navel rising, left shoulder is pushing forward into the back body to turn the chest to the left a little bit more. Maybe the gaze finds the left thumb. Breathe in. Breathe out, core contracting, ribs closing down. Final breath, crown of the head drawing up towards the sky. Exhale, warrior two, circle it around, back heel spins down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to center, hands to the hips. Straighten the front leg, walk the back foot in, find pyramid pose stance. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen the front body, elbows hug together behind you. Hips are square and they stay square as you fold down to the earth. Right palm plants on the floor inside of the left foot. You can also bring a block underneath this hand if you like a little bit more height. If you need a little bit more assistance here, keeping the spine long. Left hand comes to the hip. Take a breath in for that halfway lift. Hips are square. You can use this left hand to push the left hip crease back. Exhale, left shoulder turns up, left elbow turns up to the sky. Left shoulder peels back into the spine. Gaze up to the left. If you're feeling good, that left arm rises. Continue to tear the mat apart between the feet. Still, this left hip crease is wrapping back. Most of us have a tendency, or most of us will have a tendency, to round our front body, to lean towards this front thigh. Can you lean back onto that right shoulder? At the same time that the chest and upper body is leaning back, that right shoulder is driving forward into the back body to turn the chest open. That's our working shoulder here. We're pushing it forward. 2 more big breaths. 1 more big breath and revolve triangle. Exhale, bring the left palm down, walk the fingertips slightly forward. Inhale, right leg goes high for standing split. Drop the head, maybe walking the hands back towards your standing leg. Breathing for 2. And 1. Exhale, bend your standing leg. Step the right toes to the back of the mat. Ground the palms. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right tricep underneath you. Ooh, we didn't get fallen triangle on this other side. That's okay though. Sometimes that happens. Push down, lift the left knee. We're holding for a little bit longer here. Kick this foot out to the right. The pinky edge side goes down. Spin your back heel down to the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm high. We'll take a full fallen triangle. And then we'll come into the push-ups. Take another big breath. Exhale, right palm down. You're going to keep everything exactly as it is, but this front heel might slide over to the right slightly. As you bend the elbows, sink the chest down. Elbows kiss the ribs no further. Inhale, push it up, or rather exhale, push it up. We're all over the place today, folks. That's okay. Inhale, bend the elbows, sink down, chaturanga, and push. 1 more. Inhale, chaturanga, and push. Good. Hug the left knee into the chest. Kick it high. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Right foot steps up to the top of the mat as well. Inhale, rise. Tadasana, reach all the way to the sky. Lift onto the toes. Hug your inner ankles together. Exhale, hands to heart center. We sink low and slow down onto the heels, coming to a toe stand. You're lifting the heels as high as they'll go. You're keeping the chest upright. Take a breath. Exhale, we twist to the left. Plant the palms on the left side of your body, fingertips pointing away from you. Fingertips pointing away towards that side of the mat. Bend the elbows back in space. Look forward. Look forward in the same direction of your fingertips. And then lean forward. Rise up onto your toes. Keep lifting those knees up towards the armpit. Lean, 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 lean. Keep looking out. Maybe those toes get light into side crow. Breathe. For 2. Last one, elbows hug in. Exhale, set the feet down, back on the floor. Heels are still lifted. Toes stand. Inhale, rise. Arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, drop the heels and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back. Take this last vinyasa or skip it. We all meet with our hips back in downward facing dog with this. Exhale. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Breathe in. Blow it out through the lips. Last one, inhale through the nose. Out through the nose. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Grab water. Sweat towel if you need it. That's it. That's the work for today. We're done. We've created the heat, so if you're feeling really warm here, good. You've achieved what we were looking for today. If you feel too warm, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's going to carry heat away from the body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel that breath coming in cool through the nostrils and hot air being carried away by your exhale. Starting to douse those flames that we've created a little bit and bring them down to a simmer rather than a full-on strong boil. Take a breath. Big audible exhale. Very gently begin to walk your hands back towards your knees, coming to sit up on the heels. We'll swing the hips over to one side and bring the legs out in front of us. Let's bring the left heel in and extend the right leg long. So take a moment, make sure you feel both sitting bones on the earth. And roll your shoulders back and down. As you exhale, bring the palms to frame the right thigh, turning the chest over to the right a little bit. There is a slight twist here in this janu sirsasana variation. Make sure your right toes are flexed, pulling them back towards the shin. Inhale, reach the arms up, keeping this slight twist through the torso. And exhale, fold over the right thigh, keeping the center of the chest in line with the top of the thigh. Doesn't have to be your deepest fold. Instead, I do want you to focus a little bit more on that twist, as I'm going to offer a second variation here that might feel good. If you're up a little bit higher, especially, this might feel really, really nice. So take this left hand, you're going to cross it outside of the right leg, so the hand is just outside of the ankle. Take your right hand and reach it to the back of the mat behind the right hip. Inhale to lengthen the spine out of the hips, drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky slightly. And exhale, navel lifts, we stay here. Our working shoulder is the left shoulder, so you might push it forward into the back body to turn to the right a little bit more. Maybe you take this twist for a couple of breaths, and after you've found this deeper twist here, you might have an easier time folding forward over that thigh. Last big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, walk the hands back up to center. And let's switch to the other side. So left heel extends out, right heel comes in towards the inner groin. Feel both sitting bones on the earth equally. Take a breath in, lifting tall out of the hips. With the exhale, turn from the navel. The center of the chest aligns with the top of the thigh as best you can. Palms frame that thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Don't lose the twist. And exhale, we fold forward over that thigh. Now you're welcome to stay here in the traditional variation. If you're with me for the twist, you'll take this right hand outside of your left ankle. You can bring the palm flat on the floor. I like to be up on the fingertips, but that's just me. Inhale, stretch your heart forward, lengthen the spine, maybe lifting up out of the fold a little bit. Left hand reaches back behind you, kickstanding behind the left hip. You're tearing the mat apart between the hands to find even more twist here. Right shoulder is the working shoulder. Push it into the back body to turn the chest. One more big breath in. Big breath out. If you want to take this a little bit deeper into the fold, go for it. We have another 2 breaths. Big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, start to walk your hands back up to center. And bring the left heel in and just find a comfortable seat, cross-legged. Hands rest on the knees, close the eyes. We still have a little bit of this internal fire burning. Just ask yourself, what do I have the capacity to burn off today? As I suggested at the start of class, it might be something that you carry deep within you that you no longer need, that you no longer need to function. Or maybe it's something just from today. Maybe it's something that didn't sit well with you, mean comment from somebody, your own criticism of yourself. What can you let go? This burning heat inside just burns off what's extraneous to your healthy functioning in the body. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, get empty. All right, gently blink the eyes open. Let's make our way onto our backs and we'll wind down. And we'll take a deep supine twist to finish off. So both soles of the feet on the floor. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Slide your hips 2 inches to the left. Inhale, open the arms wide, or maybe cactusing the arms if you're short on space. And with the exhale, knees drop to the right. Breathing deep into the belly. If you want to play around a little bit here, if you want to work on that same skill we've been using all of practice, your right shoulder is your working shoulder here. Push it forward, push it up into your back body. You might feel more of your upper back lay flat against the earth. One more big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, knees back to center. Unravel your legs, square off the hips. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Slide the hips 2 inches over to the right. And with an exhale, drop the knees down to the left. And if you want to work that little bit of shoulder work here, push the left shoulder forward, push it up into the back body. Maybe more of the upper back lays down against the earth. And last breath here. Inhale, knees to center. Unravel the legs, square off the hips. Pull the knees into the chest for happy baby. Pull down on the outer edges of the feet, knees towards the armpits. Lengthen your tailbone towards the top of the mat. Gently release, curl the knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. With your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest up to meet your knees. Hold the breath in, contain this fire for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release to Shavasana, lengthen your legs and your arms. And let yourself rest in this cooling space where the fire has already swept through and cleared away the dead brush. And you are replanting your body in fresh soil. The sunlight is shining down upon you, and your fresh green leaves are beginning to rise up through that soil and reach towards the sky. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let go. With your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And drop one ear to the mat and then the other, massaging the back of the skull against the earth. And with your next breath in, reach the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Exhale, curl your knees into your chest. You can roll to one side and end practice right here in the fetal position. Or you can push up to a comfortable seat and meet me with hands at heart center. Wherever you're ending practice today, we always end with a moment of gratitude. And today we're grateful for that dead brush. So it does serve its purpose. Think about the paths that you have traveled down in life that have very quickly been a no. Nope, this isn't what I need. This isn't for me. Those people that we meet whose energy we don't resonate with, those parts of ourselves that we've grown out of, all of those things, as we clear them away, as they show us what we don't need, what doesn't resonate, and they only lead us closer to the path that we need to be on for our soul, the path that leads us towards our soul work. Thumbs up to the third eye between the brows. Big breath in. Let it go out through the mouth. And as we bow forward in reverence to each other, together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your presence with me today. If you enjoyed this class, look forward to week 3 that will be up in a week from today, so a week from this class. We're building on these same skills, the same use of the shoulders, the same use of the hips, the same use of the core, and creating strong, safe twisting postures. So if you're into that, look out for it. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Until we meet again on the mat soon, namaste.